Before I was diagnosed with epilepsy, I was unaware of the triggers and causes of the onset of epilepsy, and I really didn't have a lot of knowledge about the condition. It was a terrifying and frightening experience, there's no doubt about that. I was shopping in a supermarket for bananas and I woke up on the floor in tears, and I knew something had happened. I was placed in the ambulance, and 20 minutes later then I sort of realised where I was and what I was doing. I was at the hospital under the care of 2 doctors. Over the next 7 months, up until November last year, I had 7 seizures, 1 while I was asleep and 6 while I was awake. I remember waking up one morning with bruises all over my face, and at another stage I also had a seizure one night after drinking alcohol. So I was diagnosed with epilepsy right when I commenced a new degree. I didn't really know what to do, and I didn't really want to speak to anyone about it because it was something that I was embarrassed about. And eventually I got over that and went and spoke with my course coordinator at university, and the support they gave me was something I'll never forget, and it enabled me to get through my degree and pass quite successfully. I was able to get exam adjustments, assignments postponed if I needed it, and it's best to utilise those resources because you do need them. And for exams I was able to spend more time and take longer breaks if I needed to, because concentration is one of the triggers, and the support liaison officer is quite aware of that. And so I took them breaks in exams and I took the assignments extensions that I had, and it was awesome. I mean, I got through my degree with that. The triggers for my epilepsy are drinking too much and not sleeping enough, and so I try to go to bed by about 10:30 p.m. Unless I'm out, and hopefully on that occasion I'll be home by 1 a.m. and I would try to have not much planned for the next day. My social life has not been impacted, but I've had to adjust certain aspects of that, especially in regards to nightlife and alcohol. Gaining enough sleep is one of the critical things of the condition, not only because of your medication, because if you don't get enough sleep it can also trigger a seizure. Once you accept that this is how things are and this is how things moving forward will be, the opportunity to socialise and have fun and party is altered a little bit, but not to the point where you're unable to do it. Telling my friends was also another confrontational experience, in that it was not easy and it took a while to do it, but in my case it's been really great that I've had friends who have been able to support me along the whole way and been understanding of my condition and what my restrictions are. My neurologist was quite confident that I had genetic generalised epilepsy, one of the 2 forms of epilepsy, which basically indicates that my whole brain is involved in causing the seizures. And then from there on I was able to research more about it personally and ask as many questions to my neurologist, and I think that's the key to understanding about genetic generalised epilepsy, and that's what I did, and gathered as much information as I can. So I've experienced the highs and the lows over the last year and a half. I'm now 11 months seizure free and things are going well. I've changed neurologists once, and I've changed my medication dosages 7 times to find the right balance, because there is no cure at this stage and it's all about having a strong management plan. Working with my neurologist, seeking support from the Epilepsy Foundation and all other networks, it's been a challenging but tough time, and one that I'm looking to move forward with. So seeing the neurologist and taking my medication certainly has changed how I've gone about my days, and I mean days because every few hours I'm having to take medication, and it's very important to get in a routine of that, which I initially struggled with because I've never had to do that before. And so at the back of your mind you're always thinking about when's next, when do I have to take the medication, And not only that, when might there be a serious consequence of not taking that? So at first, when I was diagnosed with epilepsy, it was quite difficult to come to terms with, and it did knock me around. But as time progresses and as days go by, because that is actually critical with the condition, being open, remaining positive, and gathering support networks, so taking the own initiative to speak out and to people at your university, within your friendship groups, and also the Epilepsy Foundation has been great. I've been really lucky that I've had support all the way through to the point now where I'm quite positive about the condition and not a lot impacts my life. For someone who's just found out they've just been diagnosed with epilepsy, my message of advice would be see a neurologist as soon as possible and devise a management plan. Be open, remain positive, and seek knowledge.